Well, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has congratulated Donald Trump on his inauguration in a video message which lacked one thing: enthusiasm.
On behalf of His Majesty's Government and the United Kingdom, I would like to send my warmest congratulations to President Trump on his inauguration as the 47th President of the United States. For centuries, the relationship between our two nations has been one of collaboration, cooperation and enduring partnership.
Well, that's quite the turnaround from this.
Of course, I wouldn't want Donald Trump round for dinner, but don't underestimate the danger to the world if Trump is re-elected this time around. I'm anti-Trump.
Joining me now is GB News host Darren Grimes. Darren, good to see you. Thank you for joining me. It was as if Keir Starmer was being held at ransom to film his congratulation video. He wasn't invited to the inauguration, and there are reports that the Prime Minister will be at the back of the queue for a visit to the White House and will have to, quote, eat humble pie before receiving an invitation. Darren, why is Keir Starmer just so on the back burner with Donald Trump?
I mean, you can tell, can't you, between those two videos that you just played there, the enthusiasm when he's actually bashing Donald Trump compared to the enthusiasm when he's there saying congratulations on winning the presidency that I never thought you should have been able to stand for in the first place. Because that clip there back in 2016 when he was on the Stop Brexit and Democracy bandwagon, all while calling Donald Trump all the names under the sun, you know, he is no Democrat. So the idea that actually Donald Trump is some kind of fascist, which is what some members of his cabinet have alleged, is absolutely absurd. He actually said, no way would I want Trump over for dinner. Well, I don't know about you, but after looking at that clip, I'm pretty sure that Trump would probably rather listen to Kamala Harris's hyena-like cackle on loop over 12 hours than spend even 1 minute over a dinner table with that boring bank clerk of charisma. You know, it's absolutely absurd. He is nothing more than a lawyer, a bureaucrat, a technocrat, trying to take on a fake personality without even bothering to do any of the actual real governing work. Every day it's a new day to virtue signal with this clown, and the sooner that we're done with him, the better. I tell you what, Donald J. Trump, if he makes his life a misery, I will personally be clapping him from the sidelines.
Oh, you will be there celebrating, I can imagine. Darren, it's all you. That would be your big moment. Meanwhile, we've got to talk about Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London. He's now claiming that Trump's return brings, quote, a march of fascism and marks a perilous moment for Western civilization. Gee, Darren, I mean, the world is actually moving away from these scare tactics. The left is still behind, clearly. And Trump's re-election proved that he was not a fascist nor a dictator after all. After all, the game is up. Are people seriously listening to idiots like Sadiq Khan?
Not at all. And I go back to that point that both Sadiq Khan and Keir Starmer were doing all they could to overturn Brexit, which was, by the way, our biggest act of democracy in our nation's history. So the idea that they're Democrats is absolutely laughable. Listen, this man is a prat. He is a political pygmy. And actually, I would argue, if you look at what Trump has offered, he has offered to actually take a Western civilization, which I would argue is on life support, and actually give it a fighting chance, right? Through the pursuit of peace, through strength, through encouraging the rest of the world to get off their behinds and actually put money in defence, rational energy policy that actually boosts prosperity over climate alarmism, biological truth and fact. I mean, dare I say, the idea of defending women and children. Those novel things, he likes those too. What a bad man. Dismissing racism, those ideas of actually pushing diversity and inclusion, which actually means racism and anti-white politics. Getting rid of whackery and wokery from the state. Border security that actually places citizens first. All of this adds up to the West being best, and I love it. I love all of it. What Sadiq Khan offered: London, knife crime spiking like you wouldn't believe. He backed on every bandwagon, BLM, trans, open borders, you name the badge, a guarantee you he's had it on his 4-foot frame at one juncture or other. Knife crime spiking, housing crisis through the roof, police focusing on tweets over streets, weekly pro-Hamas marches, hate marches. I could go on and on. This is a man who's turned London from once a proud bedrock of Britain into a cautionary tale of what happens when you let wokeness run riot. So I think Donald Trump should give a royal two-finger salute to little Sadiq and ignore him all the way to the ballot box.